Let's take a look of Helsinki today. Well, it's not Helsinki, it's Lisbon. Good evening everyone and welcome to Portugal. I'm visiting this city tonight and this is my very first live walk from the city of Lisbon, and right now we are watching the sunset over the city. Quite stunning view. And there is actually a plane landing right over the city. So that's where the airport is, and the plane is heading that way. So this is just a quick live stream to test if I can live stream from here. And so far it's looking good. And right now we are standing on one of the most popular lookout points of the city, one of the miradouros of Lisbon. And when you look at this view you can understand why it's so popular. I don't want to show too much the other people who are admiring the views tonight, but as you can see, around sunset the city is looking really nice. So I'm a little bit out of breath because if you want to visit this lookout point, there are quite many stairs to climb before you can get from down there up here. So that's why I'm a little bit sweaty and out of breath right now, but it's okay because it's well worth of this view. And right there you can see the bridge. Let's zoom in a little bit. The bridge is over there, and the other side of the river there is the famous statue. And another plane is landing. And just like Rome, Lisbon is also built on 7 hills. So that's why we are having so many hills around the city. Apparently back in the day it was quite attractive place to build a city, so you can defend it a little bit easier.
I just can't even use that. No, using an Android is like... I have them.
quite a lot of people here at the moment, so that's why the signal might drop a little bit. But right now it's looking quite good.
On the back of that, two black towers.
And this is the other side of this lookout point. So we are on top of the hill, and right here we have. And yes, there you can see the castle of São Jorge.
I really do. Forgive me for saying, but I really feel like the business of somebody's like getting off, man. Like a mix of the two. Yeah. To me, this feels natural.
It does feel natural.
It feels natural.
Thank you.
It feels good. It feels right.
Good energy, good energy.
You said light?
Right.
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 Light and light.
Light and right. Yes. Good energy. Good.
Yeah. And so far, just everyone has just been awesome. You know, like welcoming, warm. You know, almost. I mean, you know, I'm in New York, and me is always suspicious.
So many good lookout points from this hill. I was planning to go a little bit down the street and explore this area, but let's see how it goes. And hello Alan, welcome. Yeah, this is my first time in Lisbon as well, and I'm quite excited. I'm going to spend here 5 days, so until Saturday, and I think I have plenty of time to explore the city a little bit more. There are quite many interesting attractions around this area, both in the city of Lisbon and also nearby the city. For example, the town of Sintra is quite exciting, and I'm going there probably on Thursday. And the weather is quite nice today. There were some occasional showers of rain earlier today, but now it's fairly clear. A little bit of clouds and about, let's say, 18 or 19 degrees Celsius. So quite warm. And for a Finn, this is like a summer day. So no complaints about the weather. And it was quite exciting to see the city from the plane, because I think all the planes are landing to the airport from like using that, or they are using this route, so they are flying over the city center. And from the plane it was quite clear, and I was able to see the statue and the bridge quite well, and I was having a window seat this time.
Everything is okay, all right, sir, man?
Yeah.
Do you like the view?
Wonderful.
Okay, I think we should continue our walk and go down the street, literally. Streets are quite deep here, or steep, should I say, and it's a great exercise if you want to explore the city. And let's see how the signal holds when we go down the street. And yes, it was direct flight from Helsinki, and it was Finnair flight, and I think Finnair is the only company that is flying directly between Lisbon and Helsinki, so that's why it was quite easy to choose Finnair, because you don't have to switch, or you have direct flight, like I said, and direct flight from Helsinki was 4.5 hours, and the other options were like 8 or 9 hours. And of course Finnair is not the cheapest one, but in this case it was the best and easiest, of course. So there are quite many good viewing points, and this seems to be popular with photographers. Oh yeah, from here quite a nice rooftop view of the city. And you probably can like squeeze in the castle and the statue on the other side of the river. I think there was another viewing point over here, like below the tower, so let's see if we can get there. Yeah, I have to do a little bit of research. I'm using my secondary phone and Google Maps on it, because like I said, this is my first time in Lisbon, so that's why I need a little bit of help from Google Maps. And the street grid is not very easy, so like streets are going all over the place, so it's quite hard to navigate if you don't know the streets. So I arrived last night, and the flight was here around 4 p.m. and then I took the metro from the airport to the city center, and it was rush hour right there in the metro, so quite unpleasant experience because it was full of people. But anyway, the metro was the easiest option to get from the airport to my hotel, so that's why I chose that, and it is of course the cheapest one. And public transport in Lisbon is quite affordable and easy to use, so that's a big plus for a tourist like me. Yes, I think we should follow this street, and then we are heading towards a cathedral building. It's quite popular spot, and I already visited the cathedral earlier today, and I saw the inside of the cathedral, and now I think we are going to see the outside when it's dark. Yes, hello Mikael, welcome. A little bit warmer. It's still like 18 or 19 degrees Celsius, or the pharmacy meter says 20 degrees, so quite warm evening, and I think this is the warmest evening of this week, so yet another reason to have a live stream. And of course locals are wearing jackets already, and for them this is like winter weather, but when you come from Finland this is like a good summer day and really nice summer weather. Yeah, I think the other viewing point is over here, and at least there is a lot of people. But yes, yesterday was quite exhausting day, and I didn't really explore the city that much. I had a little evening walk last night, but then I went pretty much straight to bed. Traveling always take its toll, and I think it was great choice to go bed early, because then I woke up this morning quite relaxed and well rested. Yeah, beautiful churches all over the city. All right. That's the point from where we started, and now we are having our little bit lower level, but still pretty nice view over the city. From here it feels like I'm watching some sort of miniature city, and all the little cars and little people are walking down the streets. So many details to see. Yes, Alan. Actually, I had one pastel de nata this morning because the hotel breakfast it was served there, and the hotel breakfast was just great because it had so many sweet pastries to offer, and pastel de nata was one of those. So I have already eaten one, but I think I should try it another time from some cafe, because it might be a little bit different, of course, when it's done by a different pastry or pastry shop. But yes, it was quite nice. It wasn't that sweet, but because it has that like egg filling in it. But I think it was quite perfect for the breakfast. And yes, hotel breakfast is a must for me, because I'm walking a lot and long distance every day. So that's why it's always great to start your day with a decent breakfast. And nowadays when I travel, I always choose those hotels where you can have a good breakfast, and where breakfast is included to the price. Hello Marlene, good evening. Nice to have you with us walking tonight the streets of Lisbon, and yes, I'm quite excited to show the city for you. And this is my second evening here, and of course I wanted to try live streaming tonight. And I don't feel like the language is an issue here. My first impression is that people don't speak English that much. They understand quite well, especially in hotels and in restaurants. But you can't really have like chats or discussions with the locals. But they understand what you mean. So no language problems so far for me. And of course, if you understand a little bit Spanish, then it's easier for you because Portuguese and Spanish are quite close to each other. And I think this is the route of that famous tram number 28. So let's see if we can catch the famous tram during this live stream. And it seems that the tram is quite popular, meaning it's always full. But if I wake up early tomorrow, maybe I have a chance to catch the tram early in the morning. And I have noticed that you should be quite careful here when you are walking, because the sidewalks are super narrow and sometimes you have to step towards the street and there might be cars coming at you quite fast. So have to be really careful when you are walking here, and especially when you are live streaming as well. Sorry, there was a little bit of weak network spot. And I think it's understandable that right here you cannot have a very good network connection because we are between stone buildings and the streets are quite narrow and we are on the top of a hill. So sorry about if we are having a little bit of signal issues now and then. Ooh, I think here's another viewing point. Let's take a look. Okay. Guys are skating here. Great spot. Yeah, there seems to be some electric scooters in the city, but no one is riding them right here where the streets are made of cobblestone and are very steep. So that's always a plus. no e-scooters here. And Marlene, I don't speak Spanish, or I don't want to say that I speak Spanish, but I learn and I can understand a little bit, and I know some words, and I have been practicing with Duolingo. And at the time I had a quite impressive streak in Duolingo, so that's how I learned a little bit of Spanish. Right now the tram is coming. Yes, it's the famous 28 tram, the yellow tram. And it's full of people. And I think it's not a very pleasant experience when the tram is so full, because only the people who have window seats can see something, and all the other people are packed on the aisle. So I'm not very eager to take the tram if it's so full, and I honestly think that it's a bit overrated tourist attraction of this city. Because whenever you see a photo from Lisbon, there is high possibility that it's a picture of that tram. And also a lot of these tuk-tuks, I don't know what is the official name right here for those little mopeds that carry people, but you can have like a private tour with those. And for me it looks quite dangerous because there's no doors. Maybe there are some seat belts at least, and I hope the drivers are like qualified for the job, that there are no accidents. And a lot of statues all over the city. But yeah, I have to say that the city feels quite safe, and I was a little bit afraid that if it's okay to live stream and hold a camera and hold a phone like this, but I think it is quite safe, and these are also very popular places, so maybe it is safe to live stream from here. And yes, I have, of course, travel insurance. It's like valid all the time, so I don't have to worry about it. And yes, always take insurance if you are traveling, because you never know what happens. It could be something very little, like some sort of flu, or you are having a stomach issues or something like that, and you need a doctor. So that's why it's always wise to have a travel insurance. And also, if something happens to your luggage or personal items, then it's very helpful to have insurance. So yes, kids always take the insurance. And at least in Finland it is not that expensive either. So there's no excuse not to take insurance when you are traveling. Another tram. There it goes. Yeah, that's true. Annual policy is always cheaper, and it's also valid when you are traveling in Finland. So it's good for you even if you are not traveling abroad. Hello, Raven is tuning in. Welcome, and welcome to Lisbon. Yeah, this is great evening to explore a little bit of Lisbon. My very first time here, and so many places to see. There is also a bus route going down here. So like I said, public transport here seems to be quite good and extensive. And another great surprise was that my mobile phone connection covers almost 40 gigabytes of roaming in Portugal, so I didn't have to pay any other like eSIM or another eSIM for this trip. I can use my phone plan or cellular plan also in here. So no extra expenses from cellular connection for live streaming. traffic here can be quite intense and a little bit intimidating. So that's why I stop speaking sometime and I have to focus on the traffic. And yes, Lisbon has this special type of cobblestone, these small rocks, and sometimes it can be quite uneven. So I really recommend like low shoes or shoes without any high heels. And right now we are in front of the cathedral, and let's go to the other side and we can have a little bit better view while the tram goes by. And this one was also full of people. Yeah, I was going to visit that Christ statue, but I don't know if I have enough time to visit all the places because there are so many interesting spots. But yeah, that statue should be great. Yeah, the tram is a real can of sardines. And even though there seems to be quite many trams going, but they are all full. And at least one of the stops where people get in, I think the line was something like 100 meters earlier today. So you have to wait until you get there, and then the tram is full of people. So I don't think the experience is that good. Yeah, I think there will be quite a lot of pictures on Instagram a little bit later. So if you don't follow me yet on Instagram, you can find my account also on Instagram. And those are like postcards from my walks. Yeah, this is quite intense part of the city. A lot of people and a lot of cars and also trams and buses going around all the streets, so have to like take a step back and relax for a moment, because you really need to pay attention when you are walking. Yes, indeed, this is not Helsinki. I already got the first feeling when I arrived here and the metro was full of people, and you basically never see so many people in Helsinki metro. So that was quite a stressful experience, and that might have been one reason why I was so tired last night, because it really drains the energy out of me when there is so many people around you and you are navigating your way in a place you don't know. And yet another tram coming. Let's see what's going on with this one. So this one is empty. Maybe it's going somewhere. Yeah, it's going to that stop maybe. Oh, that's good to know that if you want to take the tram, then you should come to this stop, because this seems to be the first stop of that tram line. So if you come here, then you have a chance to get the window seat. I don't know where to go right now, but let's explore this way. When there is a lot of car traffic, it feels like I have to yell, and I don't want to yell at you. but this street seems to be a little bit more quiet. Maybe because it's a bicycle street and tram street, so no car traffic here. Much more pleasant than the other streets. And I wonder how this city is in summer when it's the high season of tourism. There must be a lot of people, because right now it feels like every street and every attraction is packed or full of people, and now it's like a low season. November already, almost, or November later this week. Thank you. No. Yeah, I know this is low season. There you have the pastries, and I think this one is the famous pastel de nata, and I already had it this morning because it was served at the hotel breakfast. Oh. And let's see the famous arch. Yeah, this is super touristy area. But at least you see some people. Because sometimes when I'm live streaming from Helsinki, you see no one. Yeah, let's see the square behind the arch. And the arch itself is quite massive. Okay, the light is red, so let's be careful right here. The cars are not moving, but all right now they are. Let's not take any risks. Alright, let's continue. Yeah, I saw the Santa Justa lift earlier today, and it was like it had a really long queue. So maybe it's one of those destinations. If you want to go there, you should go there early in the morning. But yeah, it looked really beautiful. Yeah, the arch is massive and beautiful. Everyone is going across the street, but now the light is green, so like a true Finn, always wait for the green light. A little bit of oh my, these corridors are stunning, really beautiful. A little bit less crowded on this side. Sometimes it feels like the traffic lights are not optimized for pedestrians, they are optimized for cars. And I understand why people walk against the red light, because sometimes it feels like you have to wait forever before the light gets green. And Gabriel, welcome. Nice to have you with us tonight. I'm really excited to show a little bit of Lisbon for you tonight. There's yet another statue. I have no idea who these people are, because I don't really know that much about history of Portugal or Lisbon, but you can probably Google and follow my walk with Google Maps. So there's the gate from the other side. Seen from the other side, I mean. Yeah, it's good to see some other places than Helsinki sometimes. And then you probably appreciate a little bit more the things are great in Helsinki. For example, the fact that there is not that much people in Helsinki. It feels like you are having the city for yourself. But yes, in Finnish we have saying vaihtelu virkistää. And that pretty much sums it up. And yes, let's go and see the big bridge. And connection is not the greatest right here, but let's see if it gets better when we go to the shore or the shoreline. Yeah, I think it's often a good thing that we don't have mass tourism in Helsinki. And when I come to places like Lisbon, then I appreciate the fact even more. A lot of cars queuing right here. this is a little bit darker street, so maybe not that much to see, but let's see if we can go on the other side of the street, and then we probably have a little bit better view towards the bridge and the statue on the other side of the river. Oh yes, I would like to go to Tampere because I haven't been there for quite a long time. And last summer I went through or drive through Tampere, but I only stopped for an hour. I was having a lunch in Tampere, but it would be a great idea to go there for one night and have a hotel room and stay there for one night. But yeah, let's see. Okay, we are reaching 900 subscribers right now. That's good because it has been quite a slow year for the channel. The channel has not been growing like it used to grow a couple of years ago. But yes, thank you everyone for liking and subscribing and commenting, because that's the way we get new viewers and new subscribers on YouTube. So it's all thanks to you. And yes, I agree that we could accommodate more tourists in Helsinki. There is still quite a lot of room for visitors, and I know if we had more tourists, it doesn't feel like it is a mass tourist spot. So I think we should welcome more tourists in Helsinki. And one of the things they are speculating is that when some southern European countries get hotter, or because of the climate change and the climate crisis, then we might get a little bit more tourism to the Nordic countries. But you never know. Right, let's go to other side. Maybe this is okay, thank you. All right, there's the bridge. It's not very well lit. You can see the cables, but not the pylons. And yeah, it looks better during daytime. But the statue on the other side is quite nice. Let's zoom in if it's a little bit better. Yeah, there it is. The statue of the Christ. And I think, if I remember right, it's like the miniature version of that in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, it would be quite nice to see it up close. By the way, if you want to see more live walks from Lisbon, then there is a YouTube channel called Zen Walks, like CEN Walks, and there is a guy who live streams from Portugal quite often. So I recently found this channel, Zen Walks, and I think it was quite good live streamer, and his voice is quite pleasant to listen to. So I highly recommend that channel if you want to see more live walks from Lisbon. And I think the he's local, and he has way better knowledge about the history and architecture and like urban lifestyle in Portugal. So that's really nice channel to watch. And usually I do a little bit of research when I go to some new place, and I want to see if there is other people live streaming from those cities. And this time I was in luck because I found Zen Walks. And it's of course a good sign that someone else is live streaming, because then you know it is safe, and you probably know that it is technically possible to live stream. So good thing to find another live streamers when you are going to some place you don't really know. I have seen a lot of skateboarders here. It seems to be quite popular hobby. And a lot of young men are skateboarding, and there are a lot of people also filming them. So quite interesting to see that. Alright, let's go back to one of those busier streets. And I'm hoping that I can have another live stream probably on Friday night. And then I hopefully know a little bit more about the city, and I might be able to show you some other interesting places. So this live stream was just that viewing points on the top of the hills, and then a little bit of walking right here in the busy like busier streets of Lisbon. Yeah, I have to check those musical fountains of Tampere later There is a lot of like culture events in Tampere going on all year round, and I think that's why Tampere is so attractive city right now. There was this survey in Finland a couple of weeks ago, and they announced that once again Tampere is right on the top of that list of the most attractive cities in Finland. I think only Espoo and Helsinki can compete with Tampere, and especially a lot of Finns would like to or would consider moving to Tampere. So Tampere has done great job like being an attractive city, and they have done a lot of work towards it. It has been their strategy for many years. Hello Marie, welcome. Nice to have you here. We are exploring Lisbon tonight, so this will be just a quick overview of what's going on in the city, and I'm hoping that Friday night I can have another live stream for you. Oh yes, so many beautiful buildings, and it is quite painful because I don't know the history or purpose of these buildings. I'm just admiring them, but maybe someday I learn a little bit more about Lisbon, and the best way to learn is to come here and then do a little bit of research about the buildings and historical places you see during your visit. So I know that's a privilege to visit other interesting cities and learn about the history and culture and also lifestyle. And from here you can see the castle on top of the hill. Okay. Where are we right now? Oh, there is no... Okay, the sidewalk or the crossing is right here. I went by it accidentally. So let's go back a little bit and see. Okay, let's go because no cars are coming right now, and it was safe to go to the other side. interesting thing is that All Saints Day is coming. I think in Portugal it is 1st of November, which is this Friday. So I think, and I hope there is something to see in the city if the people are celebrating the All Saints Day. But I don't really know if there are any celebrations coming. It says bank right there. Quite massive building. And blocked by the bus. Okay, let's go and see the lift, because I think that's perfect spot to end this live stream. And let's see if there is still queue going on. Here you can see and feel quite well how uneven the pavement is. The tiles itself, or the little cobblestones itself, are quite even, but the bigger picture is that the sidewalk is not very even. I think it's this intersection where the lift is, maybe. Okay. Oh no, there is a normal store coming here. So normal is everywhere nowadays, even in Portugal. the line. The line is quite long, and there is the lift itself. Yeah, it is nicely lit. If we go on the other side of the street, maybe we can get a little bit better view. All right. That's the famous lift, and everyone wants to use it.
Oké, eerlijk, voor binnen is het er wel oké.
A lot of small boutiques selling stuff. One way to tell that this is a touristy area of the city. Yeah, my first impressions are that Lisbon is really vivid and lively city, and I really like to see all these people having good time and enjoying their visit in Lisbon. So definitely worth visiting, and I can't wait to see more and experience more on the upcoming days. Alright, we have a light. Let's go quick. And here we have some fountains and more statues. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and experiencing Lisbon with me for the first time, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get the notification if I have a chance to get and create another live stream later this week from this beautiful city. And as always, thank you everyone for joining us tonight and being active members of our channel. So have a great evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.